The golf world is reeling. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund just pulled the plug on LIV Golf. $5 billion in losses. The league's future in doubt. And now, the man who started it all, Phil Mickelson, is facing a crisis that could define his legacy. The six-time major winner, the face of the LIV rebellion, may have nowhere to go. Former ESPN host Trey Wingo put it bluntly. I can promise you one person that you'll never see in any way in an official capacity with the PGA Tour is Phil Mickelson. That bridge has been burned, detonated, destroyed, nuked, lasered to death. While younger stars like Bryson DeChambeau and Jon Rahm have a path back, Phil's future hangs in the balance. His relationship with the PGA Tour is shattered. His playing career is near its end, and the clock is ticking. This is Golfio. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The architect of the rebellion may have no place to land. Phil Mickelson was the first superstar to defect to LIV Golf in 2022. He reportedly made $200 million to make the move. He recruited other players while still a PGA Tour member. He called the tour obnoxiously greedy. He filed an antitrust lawsuit against the circuit that made him famous. And now, with LIV's Saudi funding disappearing after the 2026 season, the bill for those decisions may be coming due. The Wall Street Journal reported on April 29 that the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia is ending its financial backing of LIV Golf after this season. The league has lost more than $5 billion since its launch. The Iran war's disruption of Saudi oil infrastructure accelerated a strategic reckoning that was already underway. What was once a bottomless well of cash has run dry. For younger stars, like Bryson DeChambeau and Jon Rahm, the situation is uncertain but not hopeless. The PGA Tour created a returning member program earlier this year that offered a pathway back for players who won majors between 2022 and 2025. Brooks Koepka took that path. Patrick Reed followed. DeChambeau, Rahm, and Cameron Smith were eligible, but declined at the time. But for Phil Mickelson, that door has never been open. His last major victory was the 2021 PGA Championship at Kiawah Island. He became the oldest major champion in history at age 50. The returning member program only covers majors from 2022 through 2025. By missing the cutoff by just 1 year, Phil was excluded from the very beginning. The message from the PGA Tour was clear. Phil Mickelson is not welcome. The criticism from golf insiders has been brutal, and it goes far beyond just a policy exclusion. Brandel Chambly, the Golf Channel analyst, laid out the case against Phil's return in stark terms. He openly recruited PGA Tour players to go to LIV while he was a PGA Tour player, Chambly said. He went to tour events to recruit players to go to LIV and was a big part of the lawsuit levied against the PGA Tour. Chambly pointed out that actions have consequences. By the way, Bryson DeChambeau was sitting on that lawsuit all the way until it was dissolved, so these are not things people are going to easily forget about. The message is clear. The PGA Tour has a long memory, and the players who tried to destroy it from within will not be welcomed back with open arms. Trey Wingo, the former ESPN host, was even more direct. During a sit-down with awful announcing, he delivered a verdict that has been quoted across the golf media landscape. I can promise you one person that you'll never see in any way in an official capacity with the PGA Tour is Phil Mickelson. That bridge has been burned, detonated, destroyed, nuked, lasered to death. There is no building that bridge back. Wingo's language was dramatic, but it reflected a widely held belief among golf insiders. While the PGA Tour may welcome back younger stars who still have years of competitive golf ahead of them, they have no incentive to welcome back a 55-year-old, Phil Mickelson, who burned every bridge on his way out. Mickelson played a major role in getting LIV Golf up and running, Wingo explained. The lefty burned every bridge he had built over decades with the PGA Tour. The numbers are brutal. Since 2022, Live Golf has been bleeding an estimated $400 million a year, according to Bloomberg News, with no television revenue and no path to profitability for years. The Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund finally decided that golf was no longer worth the money. The league's chairman, Yasir Al-Rumayyan, resigned from his role. The New Orleans event was postponed. Vendors have gone unpaid. Live Golf CEO Scott O'Neill has tried to calm the waters. "I want to be crystal clear," O'Neill wrote in an email to staff. "Our season continues exactly as planned, uninterrupted and at full throttle." But actions speak louder than words. The same week that O'Neill was promising a full-throttle season, the New Orleans event was taken off the schedule with no new date. The contradiction was impossible to ignore. O'Neill has confirmed the league is only funded through 2026 and is searching for investors, but analysts doubt anyone will buy in. For Phil Mickelson, the situation is deeply personal. He has already missed the first 4 LIV events of the 2026 season due to a family health matter. He was also absent from the Masters, only the second time since 1995 that he would not be at Augusta National. When he finally returned to competition, at LIV Golf South Africa, he finished tied for 48th, far from the leaderboard. Golf Channel's Brandel Chambly acknowledged that there might theoretically be a road back for Phil, but it would be neither easy nor cheap. "Perhaps Mickelson will have a road back there," Chambly said. "It would be expensive and tedious, I would imagine." The unspoken reality is that Phil, at 55, may not have the time or the inclination to jump through those hoops. And the PGA Tour may not have the interest in making him jump through them. The contrast between Phil Mickelson and the other LIV stars could not be more stark. The PGA Tour created the returning member program specifically to bring back certain players. The eligibility requirements were carefully crafted. Koepka qualified, DeChambeau qualified, Rahm qualified, Smith qualified. The program was effectively designed to let the young stars return while keeping the ringleader out. For DeChambeau and Rahm, the question is not if they can return, but when. Their agents have reportedly reached out to the PGA Tour to explore options. Several players on LIV Golf have made initial attempts to explore a potential return to the PGA Tour, the Daily Express reported. The future for LIV's young stars may be complicated, but it is not closed. For Phil, the door is not just closed, it has been welded shut. The bridge has been burned, detonated, destroyed, nuked, lasered to death, Wingo said. Each word was chosen for emphasis. Burned, detonated, destroyed, nuked, lasered. There is no ambiguity. There is no hope. There is just finality. The reasons go beyond policy. Phil was not just a player who left for more money. He was a leader. He was a recruiter. He was a plaintiff in the antitrust lawsuit against the tour. He called the PGA Tour obnoxiously greedy in a Golf Digest interview that made headlines around the world. Those words have not been forgotten, and they are unlikely to be forgiven. Golf insiders have noted that the PGA Tour is not going to let go of the way Mickelson has conducted himself quickly. It seems impossible for Mickelson to make a PGA Tour return without some acknowledgement of wrongdoing. He actively attempted to harm the tour while playing on LIV. He can't just waltz back as if nothing happened. It's also incredibly hard to imagine Mickelson making a public apology and going back on his comments about the PGA Tour. It would be extremely out of character for him at this stage. So where does Phil Mickelson go from here? His future hangs in the balance. Let me break down 3 possibilities. Possibility 1. He retires from professional golf. This is the most likely scenario. Phil is 55 years old. He has 6 majors. He has 45 PGA Tour victories. He has made hundreds of millions of dollars. He has nothing left to prove. He has been dealing with a family health matter that has kept him away from the game for months. His playing results have declined, and the PGA Tour has made it clear that he is not welcome back. At this stage of his career, a quiet retirement might be the easiest path. Possibility 2. He plays the Champions Tour. This is the compromise scenario. The PGA Tour champions The senior circuit for players aged 50 and above does not have the same restrictions as the main tour. Phil turns 55 in June. He could play senior events. He could compete against other legends of his generation. He could finish his career on his own terms. It is not the return he imagined, but it might be the only return available. Possibility. 3. He becomes a full-time content creator. This is the wildcard scenario. Phil has built a media presence that exists outside the traditional structures of professional golf. He has a YouTube channel. He has a legion of fans who still love him. He could walk away from competitive golf entirely and focus on creating content, playing exhibitions, and enjoying life. It would be a fitting end for a man who has always done things his own way. This is Golfio. If you made it to the end of this video, you care about the real stories behind the game. Subscribe to this channel for more deep dives into the moments that matter. And leave a comment below. Should the PGA Tour forgive Phil Mickelson, or is his bridge truly burned? I will see you in the next video. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell.